Hey guys, per usual, everything on this channel is for educational purposes only and it's not intended as financial advice. So let's talk about woke rock, everyone's favorite alternative cryptocurrency, Litecoin. Interesting thing, I think the only interesting thing that happened this week with Litecoin, I think it was this week, Satoshi Light left Coinbase. So his life's work was to get Litecoin listed on Coinbase. As soon as that happened, he's out of there. Interestingly enough, I was looking at Coinbase's like top people, and like 3 or 4 of them are gone now. Like Fred Irsam or whatever is gone. I think it says he's on the board on LinkedIn, but I don't know if he's even on the board on Coinbase anymore. The risk guy, Olaf something Lee, he's gone to do something else. Satoshi Light's gone. So I hope Coinbase has enough good people at the top to keep doing whatever they're doing. You know, like love them or hate them, they're an on and off ramp, and they're pretty much all we've got aside from some higher institutional things like Gemini. But okay, so that's Coinbase, Litecoin, woke rock up 26% over the last 24 hours. Let's take a look at some charts here, and thankfully for Litecoin you can actually look at the weekly because it's pretty dang old, 2014, and the general idea of Litecoin has always been it has this pump cycles where it just dies and pumps in a few weeks, and you can see it's not getting faded currently like it has been in the past, so that's one bullish sign. I'm not in any active Litecoin positions, by the way. So anybody thinking I'm trying to push Litecoin on you, I have no active positions in Litecoin. And like I mentioned on Twitter and a few other places, this edge-to-edge trade was there, worked out. More importantly, this flat Kumo, anytime you see a flat line like this, either in the Kijun or the cloud, that just indicates there's a high probability to return to that level, so long as price doesn't continually make lower lows. And you can see here it broke lower and the Kijun followed it, but cloud is slower than the Kijun and cloud stayed here the whole time. Why was this line here the whole time? Because it's 50% of this move here. So it hit that level pretty handedly very quickly within a few weeks of breaking the Kijun here. So that's a pretty successful trade overall. Beyond that, you know, I always tell people, if you're doing an edge-to-edge trade, open it on the candle close it always on the other end. You can close part of it, most of it, all of it, whatever you want to do. But me personally, I always close it on the other end. Yes, that limits my profitability, but it increases the probability of the trade working out, at least based on my experience with the edge-to-edge trades. I don't have any hard data on that, but just believe me. Just believe me. Edge-to-edge trades work out pretty well on most, if not all, crypto, and on kind of low time frames too. Like even the hourly and the 4-hour works out pretty well. I didn't mention it, but there was one on Bitcoin that worked out. Anyway, okay. So that's the weekly on LTC BTC. If we go to LTC USD, you can't really look at the weekly. It's just kind of a garbly mess, so we'll stick to the daily. If we go down to the daily here, again, we had this cross April 5th, 5200 golden cross. You can see it was nothing but net, just kidding, nothing but death till then. And we don't really have any divs per se here. I like the roundedness of this. I drew out a fib from here to here, all-time high. Not all-time high, sorry, just the local high. And you can see it's sort of, it hit the 50%, it's back in the cloud, it's going to range a little bit. It probably will do sort of a cup and handle thing. Let's take a look at volume real quick. Volume's kind of consolidating, but you know, it could do this and then go to low 1618 around 033, something like that. This buying is pretty strong over those past 2 days. Sorry, past day. But there's kind of a divergence with the cloud. You know, the signals aren't bullish yet on the daily because you don't have the TK cross, the bullish TK cross. So it really shouldn't go much higher than this before pulling back and waiting for the cross. Again, more of a general experience with cloud thing. than any like hard data, but it's definitely going in the right direction. So if you're worried you missed out on the bottom here, okay, just wait for the TK recross above the cloud. That's what I would do. Going to the 4 hour, sorry, this is the daily again on USD. You can see it's breaking close to all-time high levels. This overall is just garbly mess to me. There's a questionable harmonic in here. I'm not going to draw it. I don't really think it's there. As far as the fib extensions go, you're looking at 60, 48 and 60, somewhere in between there. To a pretty high degree of certainty, this is pretty much a bull channel. Kind of like a flag, you know, you're expecting this to break up over breaking down. It's already above the cloud. There's no like entry signals based on the cloud, but everything's here telling you we're okay to go up. There's no div. Everything's pretty much reset to the 50. It's another good sign. When you see a bunch of sideways, you see the RSI, any oscillator in general, MACD, whatever, reset to the zeroed out point, or 50 in this case. We go to the 4 hour. This is where things get interesting because you have the Kumo breakout. Yes, you have a nice target here. And why is this the target? Because it's the 50% fib from here to here. Boom, 50%. So you don't really need the cloud to trade this, as long as you know fibs and you just draw the fibs all the time. That's fine, but I just like the cloud because it just draws it itself. It's always there. So the target currently before the pullback would be about 0.16. That's the expected target from the Kumo breakout. And you can say it's hindsight, but I don't care because it's always been there. And I don't need to tell you. I've seen so much good TA lately, by the way, on Twitter. Like, it's crazy. Like, I think it's all my influence because it might be. I don't know, but I'm seeing things like cloud and like pitchfork stuff, and it's great because then that means I don't have to TA any of it because everyone else already did, and I can just retweet without someone else's work. So anytime you see me retweet a chart, it's generally because that's exactly what I was thinking anyway. All right, so that's 4 hour targets, 0.16-ish. 4 hour USD, again, it looks like a garbly mess because it is on the cloud. I don't really bother with it on USD anyway, but you can see it's breaking highs. Like I said, it had this channel or ascending triangle, whatever you want to call it. Cloud's essentially all bullish here. I know this looks like a mess, but overall, woke rock is awake, folks. Woke rock is awake. And real quick, just the hourly and the ratio. Just kind of a garbly mess. I wouldn't even bother. I would just stick to the 4 hour and the daily and the weekly. For the ratio, I wouldn't even pay attention to the USD value, but that's just me. All I care about is Bitcoin, so I'm looking to make more Bitcoin, not more USD, because Bitcoin should moon, so that's why I do that. Your one, again, trouble here is the oscillator, pretty overbought, but you have this nice trend, so you can expect it to sort of, when it pulls back, to hit this again. And again, it should hit this pretty easily and then pull back somewhere around here. That's all I really have on Litecoin. What do you guys think? Let me know. What do you think about the Coinbase stuff? I haven't really seen anybody talk about the top people leaving at Coinbase. I see people talking about the top people leaving at Uber, but that's obviously more people in a bigger company. And like I mentioned in the other videos, if you ever want to reach out to me one-on-one or talk to me one-on-one, 0.1 Bitcoin an hour on Skype or whatever, hit me up on Twitter, Telegram, talk to me in the comments. I love all the comments, especially the critical comments. The constructive criticism has really helped me, I think, become a better TA and video person. So let me know, and happy trading.